Hello and welcome to another grading prep session with a couple different cards here. I figured it would be fun to just kind of let you in on my process a little bit, see what I do. I'm still learning, so if you have suggestions or input, definitely let me know. And let's go. So right now we have two groupings of cards. We're going to go through them, pick out the best one of each, and then see if that would be grade worthy. We're aiming for obviously 9 or 10, ideally 10, but let's see what we've got. The two cards we have are the Bo Jackson and the Ozzie Newsome from the 1990 Pro Set Football. The Bo Jackson is very well known. The Ozzie Newsome is as well. It's unique in that it's the error card where he has listed as Little Rock as his birth town. And so we got a couple of each. Let's start with the Bo Jackson and kind of go through the process for evaluating them. So the first thing I do is I'll look at just a quick eye look. I'm going to scan a couple things. One is going to be how it looks up here, edging, especially with the black borders, and see how much white wear there is. So I'm going to look for that. Is there any one that doesn't have a lot of wear? And then I'm going to look for corners as well. So for example, this first one, there's not a whole lot of wear. There is some, and that might not be great, especially for a car that's so popular and at a PSA 10 higher value. So got to be really on point. So this one is like, okay, there's a little whitening there, a little white in the corner. Not perfect, so we're going to keep looking, see if there's anything better. Here, we've got a little whitening down in the bottom, a little white in the top left corner, a little wear in the top right corner. So let's keep looking. This one, very clean all around. No whitening there, no whitening there. Tight, sharp corners. So far, this is going to be our best looking candidate. And then lastly, we have some whitening up here. And it's a little whitening there. Nice strong bottom. A little whitening there. All right. So out of our 4 cards, we have one that's so far pretty strong. I'm going to put the other 3 aside. And then let's focus on this one a little bit. So next what I'll do is we'll take a look at our close-up view. And here we've got, we'll look at the corners. So very sharp there, very sharp there, very sharp there, and sharp there. Incredible. Coloring is really good. There's really no white spots. There is a dark spot there. I don't know if that's printing or if that is in the sleeve, so we'll take it out. But overall, nothing too visual that's blemishy. Actually, that could just be dirt, like in the photo from him running, because there's more dirt around there. So good news on that. And then, yeah, it looks like there's dirt flying because he's running. So that's good news. Let's check the back. This is actually looking really, really sharp. So we get a little whitening up in the back there. And a little whitening there. Same there. And nice sharp corner there. So overall, but that's the back. So sometimes there's leniency on the back as the front is really the main one. His photo's looking good. No real issues. So I think we are looking pretty good. Definitely worth submitting. It has a potential for a 10. And just given how nice that front looks. And yeah. So I think we're in good shape. My debate right now is, do I pull it out and wipe it down? But part of me is thinking it's all clean, especially from the front. You know, would wiping any of these white marks, like maybe is some of it frayed, and if I just rub the edge gently, it'll kind of push it in? I don't think so. I've seen that where there's like loose Looks like rough stuff on the edges. That's from the cutting process, but this looks like it kind of is what it is, and the front looks beautiful. And there's no real spots that I could see besides that, which I think is part of the photo. So we're going to, yeah, there's more. Yeah. And what I could do too is look at some PSA 10 examples online, see if that's there. So I will do that. I'll make a note, but I won't bore you with that. But yeah, overall, this looks really good. I don't even think I'm going to pull it out of the sleeve to wipe it. I think we are going to let it go just as it is. So with that, we'll come up to our semi-rigid, and we'll kind of put this in our tool. That way we'll help protect the corners and the edges and make it easy, much easier, much easier going into these semi-rigids. I always used to be so concerned about getting corners jammed up or whatever, but with this, a lot of the pressure goes right into the tools, and then it just slides right in. You pull one tool out. I'll usually flip it over and just very gently with 2 fingers kind of seat the card down a little bit more, and then just slide out this thing right there. And there we go. Perfect as can be. I'll just move it just a little bit so it looks nice and even. And there we go. Beautiful card, ready to go. I am optimistic for it. And that is our Bo Jackson card. So next up, we have our Ozzie cards, the Ozzie Newsomes. So here we are. And again, we'll do our first level view and check out edges, corners, whitening, stuff like that. So first up, this has a little whiteness on the bottom left corner. The other corners look sharp and good. Nice picture. So we're going to put this aside. And here we've got 4 very strong corners. The bottom right looks a little soft. You can see a little whitening on the back. So I don't love that. And so we'll keep looking. And here we go. So here we got some nice sharp corners. Not too much whitening. There's a little white right here. I don't know if that could be card dust. So we'll keep looking. This one I think is going to be it. Very sharp all around. So this is going to be leading so far. This one also very sharp all around. And this one extremely sharp all around. All right, so now we have the 3 that kind of passed the first test and the 3 that weren't as great. So we're going to put those not great 3 aside. And then we're going to look a little more closely at these 3. So flip them over. Actually, let me do, cool. So I'll flip them over and I'll kind of do the same thing on the back. See how things are looking. This has an ink spot down here. It's not going to be the end of the world, but if we have 2 others, then let's pass on that one. And let's check out this. Pretty sharp corners. No known ink. A little whitening, but not too bad. And this is just pretty solid all around. Sharp, not a lot of whitening. Let's turn it over, look at the front. I think this may be our leader. So we're going to have card number 1 and card number 2. Let's look at card number 1 a little more closely and check out the corners. Crisp, 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 and sharp. Not a lot of edge whitening on the top at all. And on the back, a little whitening on that corner. Very sharp there, very sharp there, very sharp there. A little whitening on that black area, or the brown, and a little bit there. Good face image. So 1 is pretty solid. Let's check out number 2. We got a sharp corner, sharp corner, sharp corner, another sharp corner. No whitening there. No whitening there. Very strong front. I don't see any visual issues. There's a little white spot there, but that could just be card dust, and wiping the card down could remove that. And so let's do a quick front view of the first card, because we didn't do that. Just to check for anything. Looks pretty clean as is. Let's look at the back of the second card. Corners are all right, a little wear on the side, but pretty sharp. It's pretty good there. Nice there, and sharp there. And image-wise, we're looking pretty good. So here, let's take a look at the big view. So here's card number 2 on the right, card number 1 on the left, and let's look at kind of centering. They're both pretty good. Let's check out the front. So they're looking all right. Trying to see if one of them just looks better. It's the old eye appeal. For some reason, the one on the left just looks very tight and clean. The one on the right almost has a little bit of a lighter color to it, barely noticeable, but I think the one on the left just looks good. So let's do it. We'll take the one on the left and make that our choice. I don't think it needs to come out. Everything looks pretty sharp and clean, so we're not going to mess with already what's working. And we will take our tool, put it in, and get our semi-rigid protector, and then we will just take this card, do a little, open it up, slide this in, and then just very gently pull out this one. Then I'll usually flip it, and just very gently just kind of seat the card in a little straight. Make sure it's looking good, and then slide this out. And there we go, in our rigid protector without worry about the corners. So pretty easy. Let's take a look at the 2 that we have. We've gone through the Ozzie, gone through the bow. I think they're looking pretty nice, so I'm optimistic we'll see where they go, but for right now, they're ready for the next step in the grading process. So there you go. Hope you had some fun checking out the flow, and hope you learned something. And there you have it. Until next time.